Hi everyone, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm delighted to be joined by Hsien Hui Tong, the Executive Director of Investments at SGInnovate. With experience spanning across Australia, Europe, Singapore, and the US, he brings invaluable insights into the deep tech ecosystem. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much, Rhythm.
Now, Sian, SG Innovate has a unique approach to deep tech investment. So, can you walk us through how you actually identify and evaluate startups that have the potential to solve global challenges?
Well, thank you for that question. The reality is that what we start off with is a fundamental thesis as to what are the biggest challenges the world faces.
Yeah.
So, just to give you an example, when we look at sustainability, we try to identify where are the key trigger points. What are the solutions that are going to solve the sustainability problem in the world?
Yeah.
And then we look at technology.
Correct.
And then from there, we work backwards and say, hey, if you don't solve the energy equation, you're not going to be able to solve many of the others. And then when you look at energy, what are the kinds of energy sources that are going to make solve the sustainability problem?
Yeah.
And obviously, you come up with maybe one or two solutions. In our case, we said, hey, nuclear fusion is the only way to go. But we are investors, so we say, is it too early? And the answer is yes, it's a bit too early for us to invest because our fund also has a certain lifetime.
Correct.
But what technologies actually need to go into nuclear fusion to enable it to be successful? So we look at things like lasers, high temperature superconductors, energy sources, magnets. And then we start to say, are these ready for investments? Because there are applications outside of nuclear fusion.
Correct.
And so that's the strategic aspect of it.
Yeah.
When it comes to the operational, the more tactical components, we work with most of the major universities. We work with great research institutions like CSIRO, and so on to try to identify, great technology that's coming out from them, and then we try to invest in startups that spin out from there. Yeah.
Amazing. That's wonderful to know. And it's clear that your company takes a very deliberate approach to finding transformative technologies. Now, speaking of that, you focus on areas like AI, autonomous vehicles, advanced manufacturing, and quantum computing. So, which of these technologies do you believe has the most transformative potential in the next 5 years or so?
Okay, so because the horizon is slightly shorter, my most immediate answer to that would be artificial intelligence. I think that is one where even today it's creating waves, it's transforming industries, it's transforming the way we are doing things. And I won't go into too much detail on that. However, I think in the long term, or if you extend that horizon out to maybe 10 years, quantum computing has the potential to really repurpose and redo everything that we know, because it has the ability to crack every cybersecurity code we have. And when it's applied properly, it has got tremendous potential.
Amazing. That's wonderful to know. Now, of course, bringing these technologies to the market isn't without its challenges. So, what are the most significant challenges that deep tech startups face when trying to scale their innovative solutions?
Well, I mean, deep tech startups, by their definition, are going to face tremendous challenges in terms of educating potential customers as to their applications.
Correct.
And even after customers have got the idea that it can solve their problems, there's the need to integrate it with a lot of their existing systems. And that's where a lot of these things fall apart. So I think that is the biggest challenge that startup founders need. They need to understand that they are trying to change the world, but the world does not like to be changed, and you need to change a lot of other things to make sure that this technology comes through.
Absolutely, very well said. There are obviously substantial hurdles that entrepreneurs need to navigate. Now, given those challenges, now I'm curious about some advice for our audience. So, for aspiring entrepreneurs and investors, what advice would you give about identifying and supporting truly transformative deep tech innovations?
I think the main thing, if you ask me, the key thing that they should look at is what problems are they solving? And they need to do a very good analysis or very thorough analysis as to what is the value or the size of the problem that they are solving and whether people are willing to pay for it. So, I mean, you could solve big problems, but no one wants to pay for it because it's just not painful enough. Then it doesn't become a viable option. And knowing that you're going to take the next 5 to 10 years rolling out a product into the market is also going to be a big factor into this. So you've got to not only predict the market today, you've got to sort of extrapolate the market and see what it's going to be like in 5 to 10 years' time.
That's wonderful advice, Ian. Now, as we wrap up, can you tell us we're here today in Singapore at the Emergence Conference. So, what has been your highlight of your experience so far?
No, I think Emergence is a great platform for a lot of investors, not just investors, but all the major stakeholders to come together and discuss key issues of the day, not just in technology, but also in fundraising and different aspects of funding. So I think Emergence has really been something. It's not just this year, but every single year, we kind of look forward to it and we look forward to participating and I look forward to attending a few more.
Amazing. Well, and it's so great to have you be a part of it. Like every time we are here in Singapore, it's great to have a conversation with you. And this conversation has truly been so insightful. To our viewers watching this interview, thank you so much for tuning in and stay tuned for more conversations with industry leaders and innovators. Thank you for watching. Thank you, Hsien.
Thank you, Rhythm.